Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Hometown Cable. Hometown Cable this morning is in Malone, New York. My name is Bob Venn, Calvin Castine with the camera, and this smiling gentleman to my right is Dr. John Middleton. And Dr. John, you invited Hometown Cable to Malone this morning. What's happening?
Well, I'm very happy to say the third annual Life and Family Conference is being held here. We have really some privileged speakers. We have His Eminence, John Cardinal O'Connor, the Archbishop of the New York City Archdiocese, and followed by Dr. Patrick Del Zoppo, who will be talking about Project Rachel and the bereavement ministry. He's very experienced in that. And then this afternoon we have our own Most Reverend Paul Laverty, our own bishop of this diocese. So we're very privileged, and we have a good crowd gathering here. It should be a capacity crowd.
Holy Family School here
School.
in Malone, New York, on Homestead. I think the name of the
Homestead
street is Homestead Lane. Mm-hmm. You are involved with Family Life. Are you
Family Life
director?
Director, right.
So you set this up.
Well, no, Father Salmon and I set it up, but really Father Thomas Kornmeyer is associate at Notre Dame Parish. Mm-hmm. He's really the one who is operationally in charge of this. We put the program together, but he did all the work.
You say this is the third one. Where have the other ones been held?
Both of them have been in Messina.
Okay.
At Sacred Heart Church at the Holy Name School in Messina.
And who is to be here? How does
Anyone.
Anyone.
That's right.
I know it was in the North Country Catholic, and I imagine it was mentioned in
the
Plattsburgh and so forth.
Plattsburgh Press Republican and other media.
Okay.
Yes. So it is open to the public.
And this is going to be for how long? Starts about 9:30?
Starts about 9:30, and it will be concluding at 2:45 this afternoon.
Okay. And you plan for how many people?
300.
300?
Oh, yes.
Have you ever had that big a crowd before?
No, not quite.
But you're explaining it today, huh?
We think the Cardinal is a big drawing
The
card.
big drawing card.
That's right. And we have that many reservations.
Okay.
People who've reserved.
Of course, no stranger to Hometown Cable is Dr. Middleton with North Country. Tell me the title again.
North Country? Oh, it's Family Life in the North Country.
Family Life in the North Country. It says right there. You got it back with John Middleton Family Life. Family Life in North Country. Anything else that you can let us know what's happening?
Well, I think what we are going to be hearing from the Cardinal, he's going to be trying to encourage people to really get behind the pro-life movement. The family life and pro-life, of course, are tied together very closely. Dr. Del Zoppo will be talking about the bereavement ministry, particularly for women who've had miscarriages and who had abortions. Mm-hmm. There is a very specific ministry for that. Okay. And then also our own Bishop Laverty will be talking about implementing the encyclical on human life.
Okay. Sounds good. Going to be a busy day.
Thank you.
Good luck and congratulations if you can get 300 people.
Oh,
that's a nice draw.
At least.
Okay. Thank you very much. John Middleton. We were looking for familiar faces around here at the meeting today. And look at this face if you don't think he's familiar. Northern area, Northern Tier. Father Howard McCaslin, how long at Altona and Moores Forks?
I was in Altona for 10 years, up in Line Mountain for 12 years, Moores Forks for 9 years.
And Champlain for 2 or 3?
Oh, for about 4 or 5.
Way back.
That brought you and me together.
That's 40 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
It's a long time.
And I've been in Cherubusco for 3 years now.
I stopped to see Father about a month ago at Cherubusco, and he was not there. And Mrs. Bush, he said he's in Plattsburgh getting an award at Seton. What did you get?
Because I graduated from Redford High School that has been closed. They wanted a representative from the high school to be present there and receive an award in favor of the school. So I went down, they called me up, and I went down and received this beautiful award with my name on it as coming from Salaz Academy, which was the high school at Redford, but which in the meantime has been closed for some years now. So it was an award not so much for myself as really for the school itself.
I was going to say, that's a nice award. Any of hundreds could have got that. Of course, they didn't go on to be a priest, though.
Well, that's the reason.
That's the reason, yes.
I'm the only priest in 140 years from the parish of Redford that has a Catholic high school and a Catholic school. Even today, they have a school, a Catholic school. But I'm the only boy that has become a priest from the Redford parish.
Well,
in
that's
104
because
years.
your priest didn't push enough.
It's terrible.
What got you to be a priest? Tell us how come. What brought you into
Well,
it?
I became a priest because God was very good to me in giving me the vocation that I have. I was going to get married like every other boy, and one afternoon in February of the year I graduated, in February of that year, I was doing my homework. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon. All of a sudden, I got that terribly strong desire to become a priest. It shook the dickens right out of me, and I was surprised. I couldn't move hardly. So I was full of fear. So I ran home at 4 o'clock. School was out. I ran home. I didn't walk. I ran home, and I entered the kitchen, and my mother was there at the table. And I said, "Ma, I got to become a priest." She said, "What you talking about?" I said, "I got to become a priest, otherwise I'll never be happy." And that was the beginning and the start, which has never left my heart since I became a priest in 1944.
And you've been happy.
I've been happy, yes.
And you've met a lot of people
And I've met a lot of people.
that like you and love you.
Well, I don't know about
Mrs.
that.
Lasway just said she kissed you right square.
She's my cousin. She's my cousin.
I thought because she liked you.
Oh, she does too.
Oh,
too.
she. Well, listen. Who's left in your family? Your brothers? Yeah.
My brothers. I have Victor, my brother Pat, my brother Ulrich. Ulrich is down in Cortland. I had two sisters, but they both died. One died shortly after birth, and my sister Ruth died at the age of 19. So it leaves the three boys. But they're all well. We get along well.
You know, Father, because of situations that happened back in the 50s, Gloria Castine and a Gerald Hart met and became husband and wife for nearly 50 years. And he just passed away.
Yeah,
He was a good friend of your family?
Oh, yes. I knew Gerald very well. And they called him Joseph, but his real name, his ordinary name was Gerald. Gerald Hart.
Gerald. I know. I saw it. Look at that snow outside. We're going to have an early Christmas.
We're going to have an early Christmas.
Father, thank you very much. How are you making out in
I'm very well,
Churubusco?
very
good.
well. Thank you, Robert.
Father Howard McCaslin, so it says it right there. Oh, sure.
Thank you.
I'm glad you had Calvin take the picture of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Calvin.
Pacific. We've been looking for somebody that would have a lot of relatives in our viewing area. And who do we come of all people here? A priest by the name of Terry LaValle ought to have a lot of relatives around Moore's Park.
Sure do.
And the Valleys are into the Rabidoux and the Fountains and everybody else.
And the Gadways.
Well, then you've got them all.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
Terry, good to see you. You're in our diocese now doing a new job.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit. First of all, you're from where? Moore'sport?
Moore'sport.
Your parents?
Moore'sport. Ronald and Doris LaValle.
Okay. And you've been a priest how long?
8 years.
Okay.
8 years.
And how much of it right here at the diocese? You were outside away for a while? No?
No, I was in the Navy for 6 years before I came.
Okay. All right. So what have you been doing up until now? Where you've moved around, you've moved up.
I've moved around. I began as a deacon and then served 4 years as priest at Sacred Heart in Messina.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bishop Brozana asked me to go on to Canon Law School in Ottawa. So I was up in Ottawa for 2 years where I got my master's in canon law as well as my what they call the licentia in canon law. And then I came back and worked 2 years in Hammond and Rossi. Worked there as well as working in the Mary's Tribunal until July of this year when Bishop Laverty surprised me with the request that I become the new chancellor and the Episcopal Vicar for Diocesan Services, replacing Monsignor O'Coin, who was assigned as the new rector president of Wadhams Hall.
Now, Father Monsignor O'Coin hadn't been chancellor too long, had he?
I think maybe a couple years.
Yeah, because that was formerly, I forgot who we had before, but he had...
Well, Monsignor Steinbrickner
had been there a long time.
That's right, yeah.
And wasn't feeling well, and then O'Coin. So how you make it out in the new job?
So far, so good.
Huh?
It's a challenge, a good challenge. Bishop Laverty is a wonderful guy to work with.
Or to meet, just to meet.
That's
We
right.
did a story with him for over an hour and a half up there. Just like talking to my long-lost cousin.
That's
really.
right.
He's a great person.
Got some Italians in your background, do you?
Not really.
Down Sicily
No,
way?
He was telling
People in
us-
Champlain know this?
No, they don't know. But, I mean, he was just so easy to talk to.
Right.
So what is your main job as chancellor?
Basically, I'm a member of the bishop's cabinet, an advisor for the bishop on a lot of questions that come up in the diocese.
Okay, I think we got to We'll be taking, we're sorry we're going to cut Terry LaValle, Father Terry LaValle. Good luck at your new job, and nice meeting you again.
Good to see you. Some of the folks back home.